JM3D JMad5 asks, are there specific games or bands you turn to when you're down to pick yourself up? Do you find pleasant, colorful, happy experiences help you out more during those times, or do the darker, heavier, grittier things make you feel better? I love this question. I have very specific methods of dealing with shit, yes I do. When I feel really angry, when somebody really pisses me off and the anger doesn't go away and the aggressivity stays within me, I hate that feeling. And there's a very specific way I have to get rid of that. I listen to Slipknot. Original Slipknot, the self-titled album I should say. Because listening to very aggressive, thrashy music, it calms me down, it unwinds me. I don't know why, it's just how I work, you know. So when I'm really angry with something, I have to listen to some Slipknot. And it really helps. And when I feel sad, when I'm I don't get depressed, like clinically depressed, but when I get sad, depressed in a way like I'm really fucked up sad, I can't play games, that's for sure. Even when I'm angry, I can't play video games now. It's always music that gets me through shit. And I do some Nightwish and After Forever, shit like that, but that is still a bit too upbeat. It sounds stupid, but I listen to depressive black metal when I'm really sad. I listen to depressive black metal because depressive black metal makes me feel better. I do shit like Zostur, but specifically, for example, Nocturnal Depression. Oh man, I love Nocturnal Depression, and when I'm really sad, I listen to the extra sad stuff, and it starts to lift my spirit. It's a weird way of dealing with shit, but that's who I am, you know. Angry shit to get rid of the anger, sad shit to get rid of the sadness. Mick Hero asks, if you could only play one game and listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would they be? It is kinda predictable. For the game, I would obviously pick Kaito's Eternal Wings and The Lost Ocean. I talk about this game all the fucking time. I make a gazillion videos of it. This game is like linked to my soul. There are a million reasons why I love this game more than anything, but those games are only a fragment of why I would pick this if I could only pick this for the rest of my life. It's my #1 game. It's the all-time best game ever made. Characters, dialogue, voice acting, music, story, battle system, anything. But there's two very specific reasons why I would pick Kaitos as my game. I never managed to, because I never really tried to 100% the game. It is extremely hard. You have cards in this game and actual time goes by and these cards change, and they can have multiple stages, and there's combos you can do by combining certain cards, and it is so hard and impossible almost to do. So I would definitely want to do that still. And another reason is you have games like Final Fantasy, and at some point in the game you just start avoiding confrontation, you start avoiding enemies because it just gets on your nerves. It is so fucking annoying. And then you have games like Tales of Symphonia and Kaitos, where the battle system is so good, so new and intuitive and so fun that you actually start hunting down enemies to fight them over and over because it's just so much fun fighting enemies. And it never gets old. That's why I would pick Kaitos. As for the music album, oh man, it has to be, without a doubt, Stronghold from Summoning. Now, my all-time favorite Summoning song is not on here, but everything after that basically is. This whole album is absolutely perfect when you take into the sound, the lyrics, the music. It is entrancing, this music. It is not a word for it. It takes me to a whole new different plane. And you have more active songs, slower songs, you have growling vocals and more talkative vocals, and the lyrics. This album is absolute fucking perfection. The Unbeheaded Slayer, another person I see quite often, asks, it's a weird question, but what is it like having long hair as a guy? Do people ever say anything to you about it? And does it take too much work to have it long? It takes me about 4 years to get my hair to the length I have it now. Reach about here. You see it on the back from the loose, you know, it goes to a lot there. I cut my hair several times in my life. Funny thing is, the last time I cut my hair, it was because I never had a girlfriend at that time, and I was like, you know, maybe it's long hair, maybe people don't like it. And I cut my hair, and then I met my fiance right now, and then she likes long hair, and I was like, fucking hell, another 4 years wasted basically to get this back. I used to wash my hair every single day almost when I had it short. Now with long hair, I wash it once per week approximately, and I blow dry it. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm already getting like, you see? I'm already getting white hair. But my hair is very fucking healthy and I don't do that much to it. I wash it once a week and I blow dry it. Now you do get comments. Now I get it less because I'm getting the beard and shit. But I work in a hotel, so at the reception, when somebody comes in the beginning, sometimes, yeah, from a distance, old people, they call you ma'am because they don't see very well and they see the long hair, and that's what people go by, which is funny considering when you have women with short hair, people don't say sir, but whatever. So yeah, it happens occasionally that somebody says ma'am instead of sir or something because they think you're a woman from a distance, for example. But not very often, not very often. And not anymore, considering now when people walk through the door, I instantly talk to them and they know I'm gonna do it, but it happens, you know, you gotta shrug it off. And once in a music festival back home in the Netherlands, there's a music festival with metal and shit everywhere and other kinds of music, and I was walking through a crowd with some of my friends, and somebody slapped my ass. The motherfucker slapped my ass. And I look around, and then he looks at me and look him straight in the eyes, you know, like, and he sees it and he's like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, and I just look at him a bit evil and shit and I move on. Because yeah, from the back or whatever, you know, it happens. Funnily enough, you get a lot of positive comments on your hair as well. Mostly from girls in my case, because apparently I have extremely gorgeous hair. Chicks comment on it all the time, how good my hair is and how jealous they are of my hair. And once in the hotel I had, I loved it, I had Japanese tourists, students I think, that were on some kind of student trip, whatever. And they commented on my hair and they asked me how long it took me, and they wanted to take a picture with me because of my long hair. So yeah, you get a lot of comments and remarks, and life is a bit differently, but in general it is very positive always. Lindsay Calistro asks, Calistro, what underrated symphonic black metal bands would you recommend? I fucking hate your question, because I'm very big in symphonic metal. I love symphonic metal. I'm huge in black metal. Absolutely fucking love black metal. But I never yet took the time and effort to combine the two and to look into them. So I had to do some digging. And like I said, once again, I hate subgenres for this, because some people consider some bands one thing and other people consider some bands another thing. Winterfrost. Absolutely love Winterfrost. I would highly recommend them. This is another thing. You say underrated, but some people don't use underrated correctly. Like, I do not know if you mean underrated bands that have been actually underrated, what it actually means, and they have bad grades, even though they are good. Or if you mean like lesser known bands. So it really depends on which of the two you mean. So I'm just gonna name a few bands that I think are pretty good, that are not well known, because I think that's what you mean with this. So like I said, Winterfrost. My power Anguis Eternus. One of the prime examples I mean with subgenres, like some people consider Winter Sun to be symphonic black metal, is more yeah, I wouldn't consider it black metal per se. It doesn't fall in that category for me, but some people would say it is. So I name it. It's more like symphonic death metal, I guess. It fits more in that category. Even then, absolutely fucking love Winter Sun. If you want symphonic black metal, try out Winter Sun anyway. They're so fucking good. Smash Crash Productions asks, what is your real name? Actually, I used this in the original Q&A video, the news broadcast. Tom Newsreader. Tom is my real name. Actually, in Netherlands it works differently. You have your last name and you have your real name and you have a second name. Now Tom is my calling name, is what we call it in the Netherlands. That is the name I use everywhere as my calling name. But my real name is Tom Maarten. It's not like a second name really, it's actually, as my full name is really Tom Maarten actually, but Tom is like my calling name. That is what you would call me normally, everywhere. You wouldn't use Maarten. So yes, Tom. I think I was named after one of the neighbors from my mom and her childhood, something like that. And Maarten is based off Niels Holgersson, the goose is called Maarten. That's where that actually came from. Shelfie & Co asks, have you ever been to a convention of sorts? Could be a gaming convention or a comic convention, anything really. Yes, I have. Holy fuck, many years ago I went to, and I want to go there again so much, and there's so many conventions I still want to go to, but I don't do it that much because it's often so far away from where I live and it's not easy getting there, and usually with the money, that's the main issue. But I went to the Japan Expo in Paris in 2000 and something, I want to say 2006, 2007. I took a lot of pictures there. If I can find them again I will show some of them, but it's very far away. And you know, they had an anime convention. You could get the newest animes and you could get shit really cheap and figurines really cheap, and they would broadcast video games at a video game section where they would reveal video games before they did it anywhere else in France and stuff. So yeah, Japan Expo, I had a great time at that, and I definitely want to go there again. Professor Hedrack asks, European chocolate or American chocolate? Which do you prefer, providing that you've had American chocolate? And yes, I've had American chocolate. A while ago, a long time ago by now, I made a trade with a friend in America, and he sent me some shit, and I sent him some shit. I sent him some chocolate from here, and he sent me some chocolate because I always wanted to try Hershey's, for example. American candy is fucking disgusting. It is like, I don't know, you probably have differences, yeah, but in general, he gave me so much candy. I still have some of this shit here. I still have some of this shit here. And some of this stuff is just like sugar, and this is like pure sugar bread shit, all of it. And Hershey's chocolate was fucking disgusting. Disgusting shit. I hate American chocolate. I'm sorry, but like, then you have the candy which is so sweet, and then the chocolate is so gross. And European chocolate, you have like, come on man, we have Switzerland here, you have Swiss chocolate, you have Lindt, and you have Milka, and you also have shit like Ferrero, and had another one, Nestle, and you can't beat any of this shit when compared to American chocolate. Yeah, there's some American chocolate I might like, yeah, but in general, no. You can't beat Swiss chocolate, you just cannot.